there's been so much to sink my teeth into that I can't even really remember all of it.
Episode 3, I think, is pretty amazing.
You're gonna be okay. And I'm sorry, is he dead? I don't know if he's dead. Is he dead?
I don't know.
Technically and content, sort of script-wise, we all had to work together as a cast and crew, and I think what we achieved is pretty amazing.
Daddy, I love you. Don't go, please, not now.
The final scene in season 1 was a profound thing for me, going into that room with my dad and Marcia.
You're my boy. You're my #1 boy.
My mother's kitchen, after visiting the boys' house.
I have some things I'd like to talk about.
That scene stayed with me. I found that scene devastating.
But are they quite difficult things? Because, you know, a bit tired for home truths.
The birthday party, my 40th birthday party, the dinner with my father in Italy, the attempted coup where I'm running through the Holland Tunnel and I finally make it to that boardroom and fail.
What's the vote? My son. That was your best shot. You lost.
It's staggering to me when I think about the ordeals that this character has been through. It's like getting to have played one of the great modern anti-heroes with this particular brand of being thwarted in a catastrophic, disaster in slow motion way.
Too Much Birthday, there's the scene where right after Roman's basically got Mattson to agree to go see Dad, feeling like on top of the world. I think that even ends with like walking down the street telling the driver to f off, I'm gonna walk home, and calling Dad and say, you don't need the others, I'm the only one you'll need. And just feeling like on top of the world and doing that scene with Snook, and then Jeremy comes around later. That was great for a number of reasons. I had to advocate for that scene because it was in an early draft and then it was cut. And I spoke to, before I went to Jesse, I spoke to a few people about it. Like Holly, the script supervisor, I talked to our director, Lorene, I talked to some producers about it, other writers, and a lot of them said they missed it. So I asked Jesse about possibly putting it back. Jeremy sort of disagreed with it, but there was like this thing, and he sort of put it back. There was like a compromise, so it was like feeling like I could advocate for something because I do feel like this is what my character would do, and then being heard and putting that together. And then on the day while we were doing the scene, like I felt like I was invincible and nothing can get me.
That's what that is. Okay, I thought maybe you were thinking about all the you were gonna ride when he was inside.
And so that's how I approached the scene. And Snook was getting a little bit frustrated that like, she's like, I can't seem to penetrate you. I'm throwing these insults at you and they're not landing. And I was sort of like, yeah, that's how it is. And then, so we did it again. And then, Lorene comes up and says, do you think any of those jabs hit you? And I said, no, I'm on top of the world. So she suggested. Then Jesse came over after the next take and said it. And I'm like, I'm starting to think maybe I have the wrong approach here, but this feels right. It feels right. So we do another one, and then all three of them sort of came up and we all talked about it. And I said, well, okay, I guess it's possible I'm in the wrong here. So I said, well, let me see what it's like if some of those jabs actually hit me. And I found one that did when I was like, I was just deflecting because I'm so great. Like, say whatever you want. I got better insults. Boom, I'm faster. I can get you. I'll you up. But when I was really actually listening to her, there was one that actually like hit.
No one likes talking about me f***ing guys as much as you do. Do you know that? Why is that? Is that because you're the COO who can't
And it made it more interesting because then my insults came from a different place then. It wasn't I'm on top of the world. It's, oh yeah, ouch, and you. And throwing stuff back, and it made it more alive. And they were right, I was wrong, and it was, even though it made sense, it was fun to like play that. And it's in the show where there's just like, it's just this little moment of me like taking a drink, being like, you didn't have to say that, and then throwing it back. And that was a lot of fun because that's that like figuring out in real time, handmade sort of, the show that it is. We're figuring it out as we're shooting it, as we're saying the words, we're sort of still discovering the scene, and then it's done. And you go, could have kept doing that. We could have found so much more. So that one sticks out.